Hello and welcome to my Counter-Strike Source weapons guide video. This is part 3 of the series. We're going to be going over the M4A1, also known as the Colt. Two different ways that I see as the main aiming tactics with the M4A1. One is actually the same tactic that we went over with the AK, and that's just, you know, the burst or single shot aiming tactic. And basically, when you decide to do that, I mean, if you want to look back at the AK video, you can kind of see the tactic and what we were talking about, and check that out. With this video, I'm going to mainly be going over the spray, considering it's, you know, if you're using that other tactic, it's the same as the AK video, basically. But when you are trying to do the burst shots or single shots, preferably burst, but you want to take your silencer off, because the silencer it will make your spray less accurate, but really if you're doing the burst shots, it's not really going to affect much, because you're not really spraying. It may affect it a little bit, but and also when you take your silencer off, your bullets do more damage. If you're doing spraying tactics, you definitely want to have your silencer on, because it's going to be a lot more accurate. Unfortunately, with the M4, like we said in the Colt video, if you make a headshot, it's not a guaranteed kill. That's one of the big bummers about the M4, but it definitely, you know, makes up for that in accuracy, as opposed to, you know, the AK. One of the main things about learning how to use the Colt is learning to control the spray, and you can just go in any server by yourself and just practice trying to control your spray. If not, I mean, here's crouched and not controlling the spray whatsoever. And if you look at it, I mean, this is going to be your typical person just starting to play CS, who's never played CS before. And look at that. You know, of course, when it's that off and you're holding the button, you're like, my crosshair was on him the whole time. Well, you know, it's not going to do it. So basically what you got to do is you have to fight with the crosshair. It's going to be trying to push itself up, but you got to be pulling down on your mouse, trying to keep that crosshair where it should be. And then also, not only with fighting with the crosshair, say your crosshair's here, it's still going to be shooting up here when you're spraying. That's not an exact, you know, science. I'm just saying basically it's going to be above where your crosshair is, and you got to learn how to control that and fight with that crosshair. I'll kind of give you a little example here. Basically, you know, see, I'm not the best at spraying, but this is, you know, controlled spray, and as you know, opposed to non-controlled spray. So you definitely want to start getting used to controlling that spray, because that's going to be huge and vital to you being able to use the M4 well. One thing I notice is the burst tactic tends to be better, because you get a headshot right away, that person's gone, it's over, you know, it's done with. If you're doing spray, you know, the average time somebody's going to be alive is actually a little longer, and they have more of a chance of shooting you in the head. And, you know, if they shoot you in the head while you're trying to spray their body down or something, you know, you're gonna be the one who loses. But on the good side of things is, if you're using spray, it's easier to stay consistent, because it's a lot easier to do. I notice I'll have my off days sometimes, and I won't be able to be as consistent because I'm missing the head. Another thing is, you want to spray when you have multiple people. A lot of times, like this is a bad example for a level, but if you hit a corner and you hold down the button and you go for the person closest to you, the next, and then never let go of your trigger, you can take down a lot of guys that way. But yeah, that concludes my Colt little section. But we'll go over some of the tactics and show you little videos of, you know, the two different tactics in motion. Alright, we're gonna start with spraying tactics. If you see in the window, not much of that guy was showing, but you're still able to spray in there and get him. When it's that small of a portion of the body though, your chances are a little bit more narrowed down, because it is still spray. But usually when their full body's exposed, spraying can be a really good tactic. If they've got a lot of cover, spraying, it starts narrowing down your odds a lot more. So most of the time I'd say actually if they're taking cover, it's probably not the best idea to try to be spraying at them. With something like deathmatch, everybody's exposed and stuff. It makes it a lot easier to just, go around spraying everybody. But if you're playing good people who are like, hiding and stuff, then it may not be the best way to go.
Man, they need to turn the spawn protection shit off.
As always, smart idea to pull out your pistol when out of ammo. It's a big deal. You see in this video I duck a lot. That works fine for deathmatch, but if you're playing better people, that tends to be a negative thing, because you're standing still. Or sitting still. Alright, here we got burst. Small little burst section, kind of show you what I mean by bursting. Notice there's like almost no spray, it's just, little bursts. Try to hit the head. Wow, I suck. What's that guy? But just bursting for the head, just like you do with the AK. And then you're gonna usually do that with the silencer off. It's gonna be more accurate, or do more damage than that. But if you want to see the text on this guy, check out our site. I'm gonna post it here at the end. And this and more guides are available on my site. Hope you enjoyed this M4 tutorial. Check us out at guidecss.com.